What's up everybody, it's Alex with Evolytics, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a date equalizer field that will allow you to compare current year values with prior year values on the same visualization in Tableau. Now, like with most things in Tableau, there are a few different ways to do this, but I'm going to show you why I believe using this date equalizer field is the best way. So here we have our Superstore sales trending by discrete month. Our sales values are split out into CY sales, the orange line, and PY sales, which is the blue line. We did this by creating a simple calculated field that assigns a CY value to all rows where the date is in 2021 and a PY value to all rows where the date is in 2020. So this looks pretty good, but there is one more request from the stakeholder. They want to add in a relative date filter to just look at the last 90 days of their data. To do that, we are going to drag order date onto the filter pane, select relative date, change the time period to the last 90 days, and update our anchor date to 12/31/2021 because that's the last date in this data set. Hit OK, and our prior year line disappears because our prior year line is only including dates in 2020, but our last 90-day filter is only including the last 3 months of 2021. So how can we compare the current year sales to the prior year sales while using that last 90 days filter? Let's find out. First, we are just going to double click on sales to add it to the worksheet. Then we are going to create our date equalizer field. I've already created it to save some time, so I'll just pull up the logic. For all the rows where our CY/PY value equals CY or current year, give us the date. For all the rows that have a PY or a prior year value, we're going to be adding 365 days to that date. So as we look at this table, what's going to happen is all the rows here that have a CY value, the date is going to remain unchanged. And all of the rows with a PY value or a prior year value, we're going to be adding 365 days. So now that we know what our date calculation is supposed to do, it's time to see it in action. We are going to take the date equalizer field and drag it onto columns to make a line chart, select the month year option, and click OK. Now we have our line chart, but we only have one line representing sales instead of the current year and prior year line. We're going to jump back over to that table view to get a behind the scenes look at what's going on with this calculation. Now that we are using the date equalizer field, we are seeing our CY and PY sales on the same line where previously they had different dates, which made them more difficult to compare. The reason we are only seeing one line on our chart is because we are using the sales value, not the CY/PY sales. To fix that, we can replace sales with CY and PY sales, or we can just add our CY/PY field to color like I show here. So now that we have our line chart broken out by CY and PY sales, it's time to add our relative date filter. To do that, we're going to take our date equalizer field, add it to the filter pane, select relative date, change the time period to the last 90 days, and update our anchor date to the most recent date in the data set. Click OK, and you can now see that we are seeing both the current year and prior year lines even when we are using that last 90-day filter, where previously, when we weren't using the date equalizer field, we were losing that prior year line. So what do you think? Are you comparing current year and prior year values differently in Tableau? Did you find a better way to do it? If so, I would love to hear more about it in the comments below. If you did find that video helpful, make sure to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you next time.